Very beautiful orchids. Now I don't want all the flowers. I'll just take a few of them, and then I made a little rough sketch like this, where I marked all the dark and the light and the colors I would like to choose. So let's begin. I have drawn this. Now if you can't draw, you can probably trace it out. So I will begin first with our good old water wash. Just apply water freely. The more the paper soaks water, better it is for the color to spread. That's the beauty of watercolors. So I don't want it so pink. I like these shades, a little scarlet, orange, yellow, maybe a little purple. Let's try. Probably take a little cadmium yellow. Now we want to do a very light wash. I fill my brush with it as usual, and on the tip, like I have shown you before, I will just put a little bit of Scarlet Lake. Since it's already wet, I will just pull it down like this. A little bit of my yellow will also come in. Again, I'll take some more yellow, and the tip, as usual, I don't want so much red here, I want it a little lighter. I'll do that on every petal I have. I'll leave all the white areas. Put a little red in the corners maybe. Scarlet Lake, sorry. Okay, I'll leave it like this. Let's do the next flower. Let's do this one. Similarly, at the bottom it will be dark and it will go light. Let it make its own impression. The water can get out. You don't have to worry about it. The color can even go out. It doesn't matter so much. I've been deliberately leaving a little white spaces here and there. Similarly here, this flower will be a little darker than the above flowers. So just wherever I see the leaves, I will just very casually I'm putting it. I'm not spending too much time on the details. Let it go into the background. It's okay. The water will do its work. We need that little bit of a free thing for the water, free flow. Just take some more color. These washes are as light as you can. A lot of water and very little color. Very, very, very little color. We need it to be light enough to build up upon. I thought down probably we could go for a burnt sienna. This is burnt sienna. Just a very light burnt sienna. Very, very, very light wash. Because I'm not sure what I want to do later on with it. So probably we do a little bit of a, to give it a little earthy look. So see, the water has got dried up now. So that's why we are doing very watery. Paper is virtually dry now. Okay, let's work with purple on top maybe. Let's create it. Put some water. Let's take a little bit of blue and a little bit of dash of red, crimson, this Prussian blue and crimson. Okay, so kind of a purple, but not, I don't like the color too much. Let's put a little more dash of red maybe. Okay, now we'll use this. Let's make it a little more watery. We use it in the background. I love it. It's a beautiful shade. We'll put this a little carefully. I don't want it to go on the leaves. lighter. Because I'm still not sure how dark I want it. So we applied this purplish color, and then I take plain water and I just kind of let it spread on its own. I don't do any blending, I just leave the water to do its job. That's what I always do. Maybe we can use a little bit of burnt sienna in the down portion. I'm thinking over here. Let them all merge together, do it neatly, and see how it's making its own shades. Now we take a thinner brush, a bit thinner brush, and maybe a very fine one too, and let's work on the leaves. I'd like to put probably a little bit of a yellow in my brush and a dash of sap green. Just work on the lines here like this. Put a little more sap green in. Take a little lemon yellow and put it here in the leaves. It's just no blending, just casually mixing it with a little water. Mainly it is water. This side I'll leave yellow, and I leave a little bit of a line in the center. Same here I will do. So now these portions will have a lot of dark color. The ones which are underneath the petals and where all the petals are joining, mainly those areas. Take water in my brush and just gently spread it. Not all over, just wherever I require only. Let the water do its work. Look at this. Very simple. Don't overdo it. This dark color. Because we already have this beautiful shade. We don't want to lose that. Okay. Now I'm lifting off the color a bit. Now let's go back to working on the background so that the flower stands out. Now this has to be done very, very neatly. So let's do here. Like I told you, you first work on the background, then you come back to the flower. Or you work on the flower, come back to the background, then go back to the flower, go back to the background. It's like that. You will not know how dark the flower should go unless you don't work on it up and down. It has to be worked out up and down. You cannot just do the flower and then keep doing the flower and then not sure what to do with the background. So you work on them simultaneously, to be frank. Where else over here? Just neaten it up, that's all. go back to the flower now and take a little more deeper shade. Basically lots of reds and blues, and then take a very fine brush. Just giving it some shadows. You know, where I think the shadow should fall, I'm putting it there. Over here. And then this has this stem coming up here. Leave a gap between the two petals if possible. I don't want to put too much of this color, but a little bit here and there. And again, we put a little water wherever required. Just let it flow. Very little. More of a dry brushing it.